What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? There's two things that can be said about Halle Berry. Correct me if I'm wrong. One, she's undoubtedly beautiful. Two, her relationships don't last. Reportedly, Halle recently broke up with her boyfriend, Van Hunt, shortly after the new year, and she's hot about it. She took to Instagram to post her frustrations and share her disappointment, and not just Van, but with man. Yeah, fam, she called everybody out, all the men in the world. Her post read, "Women don't owe you shit." So she mad at dude and just go after all the men on the planet. We know women don't owe men shit, just like men don't owe women shit. What's understood don't have to be explained. So when you make a statement like that, a sweeping generalization, it only serves to widen the gap in male-female relationships. We have a major gender war going on, and the people who fight that war to further divide us, they do more harm than good. It's a lot of people who are just hurt and they're bitter. And their shit didn't go right, so they won't let the whole world know that your shit ain't gonna go right either, because men ain't shit, because women ain't shit. They forget that the one commonality that all of their exes have is them. So maybe, just maybe, it's not the men. Just maybe, it's not the women. Maybe it's them. Halle has had multiple failed relationships. Her ex-husband, Oliver Martinez, she is still going through, well, she went through a bitter divorce with him. Then she had the dude, Gabriel Autry, who has her child with her, who she shared a child with. They're still locked in a bitter custody battle. And she's had dozens of failed relationships with some of Hollywood's biggest stars. It's like, you want to pull for Halle, right? I mean, she's put her work in, and, in terms of her influence, her impact, she deserves a pat on the back. But she ain't the one to be looking towards for relationships advice. She ain't the one. I looked at her Instagram page and it was women on that time like, show you right. Boom, I see nothing wrong with this statement. All that type of stuff. Like, she ain't the one to get relationship advice from. Because it's one thing for a relationship to end, right? Most relationships end, you end and, because you realize, you just can't go further. But it appears that all of her relationships end horribly. It can end on a bad note. And ending normally means bad note, when you're in a relationship. But her relationships end badly, like really badly. Like they end horribly. It's always a bunch of drama. So maybe, just maybe, it's her, not them. If you're one of those type of people who look at your situation and you can't take responsibility for the role you played, maybe you need to look in the mirror. Just maybe You need to take self-inventory and see where you may have went wrong. Because I'll tell you this, family, this is one of the easiest ways to identify somebody who is used to being in toxic relationships and people who won't take responsibility. When you meet a person, when you first meet a person and y'all start chopping it up, whatever, and they go down memory lane and they talk about what contributed to the fail of their relationship, and they blame it on the other person, and then they do the same thing about the person before that and the person before that. They blame the failed relationships on the other people and they don't take any accountability. They're telling you that if we go forward with this relationship, you are going to be responsible for it working. And if it don't work, I am going to blame you. That's what they're telling you. So be very, very careful. These are the type of people who refuse to take responsibility. If you are a man and you done adopted the whole, women ain't this and women ain't nothing. Yeah, and black women this and black women that. Maybe it's you. If you're a woman, black man ain't nothing. Man this and men this and men. Maybe it's you. In fact, ain't no maybes to it. It's you. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?